I call this meeting of the Orange Township Board of Trustees to order. Today is February 5th. Fiscal Officer Batten, would you please call the roll?
Trustee Ringel.
Here.
Trustee Faust. Here. Trustee Knapp.
Here.
You all please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I believe our next agenda item are general announcements. Does the board have any general announcements?
We have our business breakfast coming up next Tuesday. Registration is closed at this point, but we've got a great turnout from the community coming, and so we're excited for that event. ODOT District 6 is going to be coming and presenting on the 23 Connect study. That's a couple other speakers, but that's the big one. So we're excited for that, and thank you to the committee and staff for getting everything ready. And again, a shout out to Nationwide for donating the space and the food. It'll be fun.
I just wanted to highlight that many members of the board and staff were able to attend the Ohio Township Association Winter Conference last week. We learned a lot of valuable information, including that the Ohio Township Association has a partnership where we'll be able to take advantage as a township of Amazon Business Services, so we'll not only be able to do faster shipping, but at a reduced cost. So that'll be a cost savings for residents that we're excited to see implemented, among many other things that we'll be looking into. Any other general announcements? Do we have any public comment at this time? All right, seeing no public comment, I believe the next agenda item we have is swearing in our new firefighter. Chief.
Good afternoon, Board. I appreciate the Board allowing us the opportunity to swear in one of our newest firefighters, probationary firefighter Joshua Hagan. Joshua Hagan is originally from Lewis Center, Ohio. He's a graduate of Old Tangy Orange and currently resides in the township with his fiancee, Lana. I got that right? I'm going to get in trouble already. Josh comes to us after serving 2 years with Morrow County EMS, and he's also a member of the United States Navy Reserves. So before we get started, I wanted to begin with a quote from retired FDNY Fire Chief Crocker, who once said, "When a person becomes a firefighter, the greatest act of bravery has been accomplished. What they do after that is all in the line of work." So over the next year, Probationary Hagan will be mentored by our finest and tested. At the end of his probationary period, he will participate in a badge pinning ceremony where he will take the official oath of a full-time firefighter here at Orange Township. So.
Do you want me to administer the oath?
Yeah. Do you want to do it over? Yeah.
Regulations, and duties of the Orange Township Fire Department.
Sydney, can you send me this? Yep. Thank you. Oh, sorry.
Oh, my goodness.
Did you? Oh, yeah, 'cause they were in school.
All right, ready to continue?
Yep.
Do we have any agenda changes?
I do have two, under the fire report, I do need to add an agenda item to amend resolution 25-028. That is in regards to our newest firefighter. We just had the date wrong on the hiring and need to correct that. And then in addition, I would like to remove the executive session that was on the agenda.
Okay. Next agenda item we have is our consent agenda. I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda for the regular meeting held on February 5th, 2025, including Resolution 2549, approving the electronic record of the proceedings from the regular meeting held on January 22nd, 2025, and Resolution 2550, approving purchase orders, then and now purchase orders, and blanket purchase orders as listed.
Second?
Roll call. Trustee Knapp.
Yes?
Trustee Faust.
Yes.
Trustee Ringel.
Yes. I believe the next agenda item we have is our development and zoning report. Director Duffy.
Good afternoon, trustees. Back on this side of the room for this meeting. I just like to keep you guessing. We do have a zoning hearing with this board following the conclusion of this regular meeting. That is at 5 p.m. on Wednesday, February 5th for the proposed EPCON amendment to the Evans Farm Development Plan. Looking forward to that discussion later this evening. We do have a zoning commission meeting next week, Tuesday, February 11th at 6:30 p.m. We will continue our discussion of the zoning code rewrite project and continue where we left off with the zoning commission back in November or so and kick that project off in earnest for 2025. Then Thursday next week, February 13th at 5 p.m., we have another trustee zoning hearing, and that is to consider the rezoning application ZON-24-09 for the proposed dispensary at 3812 East Powell Road. We actually do not have a Board of Zoning Appeals meeting scheduled for February because there were no applications this month, so they get a well-earned month off.
Oh.
And then the only other item on the report is the still-tabled overlay application for 79 Parkway. I do not have any updates on that at this time.
Did the BZA already do their training with Julie?
So they did part of their training with Julie. I think they're going to schedule another date. Unfortunately, Julie was out of town for the regular scheduled meeting in February. So we'll look to do that possibly in March or April, depending on the application load.
Okay, could you send us the link to the Zoom meeting where they had it?
Yeah.
I was able to listen to the zoning commission one. It was fantastic and helpful for me as well. So appreciate Julie taking the time to do it and us committing to that training for our commissions. I thought I had another question, but it left my brain, so I don't know. Oh, I did have a question. Can we, as we've heard public comment concerning zoning hearing times, something to consider, and this is just a conversation, not an answer tonight, but would it be in the best interest of our residents if we bumped those meetings a little later in the evening? Just something to consider, maybe like a 6 p.m. start, or I don't know. I mean, everybody's work schedules are so different these days. My husband gets off in theory at 4:30, but you know, he rolls in at 7. So depends on the day and everyone's schedules, but just something to consider. I know we've heard questions about it before.
Yeah, I haven't had any complaints.
Okay.
Yeah, I think, earlier means that you might have more time for hearing, but then, to your point, not everyone will be able to get off of work and home
Right.
and then back to a hearing before 5.
And we have had lots of attendance at the meetings at 5, so it may
Yeah.
not be necessary to
Yeah,
change.
because a lot of people have kids' activities later too. It's kind of like,
Yeah, okay, just
Yeah.
throwing it out there.
Any other questions or comment regarding the zoning report? Hearing none. Thank you, Mr. Duffy. Next agenda item is our operations report. Director Bowers.
Thank you, Mr. Ringel. On the operations report this evening, you'll see, first item is, do my best to get this all out the right first time here, the Delaware Knox Marion Morrow Joint Solid Waste Management. Their district per ORC has to update their solid waste management plan every 5 years. So through their committee, public meetings, and all of their work, they have presented their new 5-year plan to their constituents, including Orange Township. Part of their legislation has this sent to the townships for approval within a 90-day window. So it is a recommendation to have the board consider and approve this management 5-year plan agreement from the DKMM Solid Waste Joint District. Hopefully I got all that right. Other thing on the operations agenda is reposting the project manager position we had to do a little bit of wordsmithing, so as a reapproving, I guess, the job description and then reposting the job as well. Through a couple weeks, months of interviews and stuff, we'd like to just make a minor change to the job description to tweak the requirements and then repost it again to see what type of interest we get.
The solid waste agreement, is that like trash collection?
This is not the trash. This is the other solid waste stuff. So they do different kinds of collections throughout the year, tires, batteries, all kinds of different solid waste items. It's a consortium with Delaware, Knox, Morrow, Marion, obviously, which obviously we're a part of. I think Sydney does a good job of sharing a few things they put out throughout the year, and it's an opportunity for residents to recycle, drop off, dispose of otherwise some of those other things that can't necessarily go in the regular trash.
So it's not something that comes to our homes, it's we go to a location and drop off things?
Yes.
Okay.
I believe it's just east of Delaware is the county
Yeah.
site.
Yeah, and they have,
So we can take it to their location?
yeah.
Okay.
And sometimes they have other drop-off locations scheduled through special events throughout the years as well.
Okay. Could I have recycled my microwave with them that I instead threw in the trash last week?
It's a great question. I would recommend you looking at their website for
I
further
should
details.
look into the website, right? I did feel sad about putting that in the trash.
Any other questions or comments about the operations report?
Cyrus, do you want to review the changes for the job description for the project manager?
Yep, in the experience category, we changed a word from required to preferred under the experience category for 4 years of job experience. Instead of making that a requirement, we made it a preferred in case it may appeal to a wider, allows us to appeal to a wider audience potentially.
Okay, so does that mean they could have 0 years experience technically?
It could be, it's plausible to maybe consider a graduate fresh out of college that may have necessarily knowledge, but maybe not the experience. It may also open a door for someone who may have relative experience, but maybe not direct experience. Again, just trying to paint with a broader brush to better suit the needs of the township going forward.
Okay, good, thanks.
You're welcome.
I have no further questions.
Okay. I will make a motion to approve Resolution 2551, approval of the DKMM Joint Solid Waste Management Plan 5-year update, and authorizing the Orange Township Administrator to sign on behalf of the Board of Orange Township Trustees.
Second?
Roll call. Trustee Knapp.
Yes?
Trustee Faust.
Yes.
Trustee Ringel.
Yes. I make a motion to approve Resolution 2552, authorizing the posting of the job announcement for the full-time project manager to the Director of Operations.
Second?
Roll call. Trustee Knapp.
Yes?
Trustee Faust.
Yes.
Trustee Ringel.
Yes. Thank you, Mr. Bowers. I believe our next agenda item is our fire report. Chief?
Good afternoon, Board. And just to clarify, we voted Robin off the island, so that's why.
Oh, that's why he's on that side. I thought it was because HR Mike wasn't here.
Shh, we told him the difference. He's still with it. Yeah,
got
he doesn't know yet. He's not here. All right, so the only thing I have on the agenda tonight is I made a mistake on the, when we did the original resolution to hire Josh Hagan, I put starting on the 8th of February, because I looked, I think, at January when I did it in December, and the 8th was a Wednesday in January. So I made a mistake there, so I asked him if he wanted to work for 3 days free, and he was kind of against it, so I think we're gonna have to pay him. So if we can just change that, he as officially started
enough,
as of today, so it should say February 5th.
Fine.
And that's all I have.
Any questions or comments? All right, hearing none, I will make a motion to approve Resolution 2553, amend Resolution 2528, appointment to position of full-time firefighter paramedic Joshua Hagan for the effective date to be February 5th, 2025.
Second?
Roll call. Trustee Nap.
Yes.
Trustee Faust.
Yes.
Trustee Ringel.
Yes. Thank you
Thank
very
you,
much, Chief. Our next agenda item is our fiscal office report.
Good afternoon, Board. We have one resolution for your approval this afternoon. We'd like to update our approved vendors to include Great American Leasing Corporation and Easton Telecom Services to be able to be paid via ACH.
What's Great American Leasing Corporation doing for us?
They are our copiers.
Okay.
Any other
And Easton's
questions?
our office phones, right, Val? Yeah, our, us.
Okay.
Oh, the fax machines, okay.
So they're not new vendors, we're just paying
No,
them
no,
a different way.
we're just asking to add them to our list for ACH so that we can electronically transfer those funds for, their payments.
Rather than writing a
Yeah,
check.
yeah. You'll still get the voucher and approve your payment via that way. It just will no longer be paid via a check. And that's all we have for the fiscal office.
Any other questions or comments? All right, I will make a motion to approve Resolution 2554, updating vendors approved for electronic funds transfers.
Second?
Roll call. Trustee Nap.
Yes.
Trustee Faust.
Yes.
Trustee Ringel.
Yes,
Thank you, Board.
thank you. Our next agenda item is our administration report.
Yes, thank you. I do have two items under our report today. The first one is an internal policy for employee travel and expense reimbursement. This is something that we wanted to have more structure to regarding overnight conference requests. So what we did is we took advantage of the county's policy and made it the orange way, and that is what I have in front of you. As far as our practice goes, it's fairly similar to what we do, but, at least there is some structure and formality to it moving forward. The next item on the agenda is a new position. This is something that I have personally been working on with amongst other municipalities and townships around here to hire a generalist intern. This is an opportunity for students that are studying political science or public administration or have any form of interest in local government to intern with us, and this intern position would go around and help with various projects with all departments and just I guess, learn the ins and outs of how Orange Township operates, and also offering our vital services to our residents, as our mission statement says. So I think I've learned this from City of Dublin. City of Hilliard has a similar setup. I would like the township to partake in this opportunity. I think it's another potentially a good succession plan idea for future positions out there. But yeah, I think this is, it's fun. It's I don't know. It's a great way for students to gain practical experience. As we've learned from the project manager position, unfortunately, recruitment has continued to be a challenge in the public sector. So having positions like these can help us fill future roles. That's all I have.
Would this be like a semester, a year, or does it kind of depend on the individual?
Yeah, I mean, I know a lot of programs require you to have an internship during the semester. I think we wanted it to be a little more flexible. We have contacts with Ohio Wesleyan and Ohio State right now to see what they would like us to do. In the past, we've only done it with Ohio State, and they would ask us to commit to a year for an internship. But that can be determined during the hiring process. And that position would be under HR, just because it's going to be going to various departments.
And so the salary would be determined later?
Yeah, I think it's, what we've done is around the $15 range for our internships.
I'm fine with it.
Thanks.
Any other questions about the administration report? All right, then I will make a motion to approve Resolution 2555 to adopt an employee travel and expense reimbursement policy.
Second?
Roll call, trustee Nab?
Yes?
Trustee Faust?
Yes?
Trustee Ringle?
Yes. I'll make a motion to approve Resolution 2556, authorizing the posting of the job announcement for the generalist intern position vacancy.
Second?
Roll call, trustee Nab?
Yes?
Trustee Faust?
Yes?
Trustee Ringle?
Yes.
Thank you.
And I don't believe we have any other business for today. Is that correct?
That is correct.
All right. Then I will make a motion to approve Resolution 2557, meeting adjournment.
Second?
Roll call, trustee Nab?
Yes?